what I'm talking about here.
Academics, let's go. So I go to Graham CUNY, I'm in 4th year. I'm a Geophysics student, which is basically everyone's like, what is that all the time? It's like geology and mining engineering kind of combined, Earth and atmospheric science and physics. Anyway, so I'm in 4th year, and I'm basically into my 3rd year of college pro. Over the past two summers, I've done $166,000 worth of business, a lot of happy customers, and a good chunk of change in my pocket. In terms of academics, of course, going through this whole process, you know, you're taking 4 or 5 classes, and you know, everybody that I've talked to at school, they're like, you know, how do you find that midterm? I was like, oh, that's good. You know, hang on a sec, I got to take this phone call from, you know, such and such who is painting a house and, you know, doesn't have any more rollers. And so you're like, okay, great. Well, I'll come study, but after I go do this. And so they're always like, man, how do you do it? And it kind of feeds off of what Zach was talking about. Like, just somehow, you know, there's not this God hand that comes down. It's just literally just finding the time, and it just, you become more efficient in what you do. And so when it comes to academics, you know, yeah, I mean, my marks didn't really drop at all. Actually, they actually increased. My GPA went from a 2.3, and I'm a CUNY now. It went up to a 3.3, which is huge for just somebody in academics by itself, let alone running a business on the side. So I think business has a huge impact on what I actually did in school, because I just knew I had so much more on my plate. I had a full plate and then dessert on the side. It was like this huge thing. And so when some people are just like, hey, I got 5 classes, I got these midterms, and yeah, that's great. And you know, you schedule it out, or you find time to make sure that you study for those. You add the business on top of that, and it just becomes just a whole crap ton of information in your brain. And so, you know, through a learning curve, that's exactly what it is. I'm not sure what it is. It's a crap ton of information. And you know what? Through the resources through College Pro, and you know, all the leadership that they provide, you find time to make sure that everything gets done. Because like I said, like, there's no more hours in the week for me than for you, to Jesus Christ, to Bill Gates, to whoever. You know, everybody's got the same amount of hours. So it's just like, okay, well, he takes his hours, this is what he needs to do, gets it done, and I do twice as more in the same hours and still get it done. You know, it's just totally different. And I think that the academics and the business together, it makes the academics, my academics at least personally, better, because I was being able to manage my time better. And so I was actually even able to study more efficiently and more often running business compared to not running business, which is kind of counterintuitive, but I somehow made it work. Just because I was able to plan better. I knew what I needed to do in a week, and you know, I had a day planner that was exactly like Zach's, color-coded, down from a 13-hour day, block scheduled out. You know, this is when I'm going to eat lunch. I need to text this person at 12:17, and that's when it's going to happen, not any time else. And the entrepreneurs in the room know exactly what I'm talking about. But it works, and there's an efficient way to do it, and you know, school thrives off of it because everything runs so efficiently. Because sometimes in school, I have some buddies of mine that are taking 4 or 5 classes, and they're scrambling to get done 2 assignments and a lab report in a week. And then I get it done by Wednesday, and they're like, well, have you started that lab report yet? I'm like, yeah, well, I've done it. What do you mean you're done? How is that even possible? Like, there's like 18 questions. I'm like, yeah, that's a couple hours of work. You split it up. I did 6 on one day, I did 6 on Tuesday, and I just finished the 6 last ones 2 hours ago. And so they're like, Jesus, how do you do it? It's just like, well, that's, and yeah, that norm gets raised to my constantness is way above theirs. And so, it's just kind of a new realm of thinking. So the academics, for me at least, thrived, and I'm hoping that it continues on. I got 1 more year left, and I'm sure that I'm doing College Pro again next year, so I don't foresee anything different. So it's good. That's all I got to say. So.